then
No,
we'll
let's go live. Live. I
say
love the
what's
live.
live.
Live live claim. That's my live live claim on Facebook Live. In future, we're gonna go on Freedom Talk Radio, Facebook, YouTube, everything live, everything we can. But right now we're just moving. This is number 2 in the series.
Absolutely. We're live right now.
Yeah. So I don't know if everybody's got this, but I emailed at the last minute some kind of we're gonna try and stick to this.
Sorry, quickly. You said you've gone live. Where's that posted? What group is that? Because it's not on Scambusters, so we can share it on Facebook.
No, it will be on Scambusters. It starts on mine, then I'm going to share it onto Scambusters. Now I'm just about to share it onto Scambusters.
Right, yeah, I just want to share it out before we start, so it can get a bigger audience.
Share to a story, share to a feed.
Yeah, we're gonna do this we're gonna do this Sunday at 12. We're gonna try to do twice a week. And
share it on your line if you want to, auto if you want. I can share it on your do you want me to share it on yours?
On my page, mate. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Try and share the link. Yeah.
Okay. 1 second. And the friends file. I've got some more people coming in. Okay, straight on to Ted's. There you go, perfect. And I'll share it on Anthony's in a minute, but first let me let some people in. We've got 2 more people.
I'm impressed with the turnout.
There's 21 now. Yeah,
wow.
It's 21 people now. So
next time, perhaps next time put it out.
Yeah. We're building up, but I don't want to hold anything up waiting.
Next time put it out, say 6 o'clock for 1/4 start or something, so then people start getting in the run.
No, we're grafting. On Sunday we're hustling everything, but we're gonna slowly get more organized, and this thing's gonna blow, man. It's like, you know.
Right. Okay. Let me just share it on your more options. It's online. Okay, we're good to go, Anthony. We're all
right. Well, let's kick it off. We have some kind of structure that we're running on, and Toby is gonna finish his dinner, and he's gonna be the kind of main guy. And every time we're gonna have a main guy, main lady, and share some of their stuff. So right now, as some people might know, I had my personal issues with illegal bailiffs and stuff like that. And I've been fighting these things for a long time. I've had like maybe well over 200. Some with arrest warrant, possession of goods, possession of properties, all of it. And unfortunately, all fake. So we've been running the Scambuster campaign over 10 years now, and they've banned it, suppressed it. The Queen's lawyers have served me writs in St. Mason's. Anyway, we've come now to a place where I believe we're going to break through. Initially with Wilson Roe, which Andy and I did on Sunday, a video on Facebook. It's not on YouTube yet, but we just laid out the findings from our investigation with Wilson Roe bailiffs. So we won't go over that today. We're going to launch the videos one at a time, and then we're going to put them in a blog somewhere so anyone can pick up and just follow a sequence. But I believe for reasons I'll explain that we're in a breakthrough position because we found out Wilson Roe, and they have a nest of companies and law society registration, which is totally not legal. So they have to be shut down. And we collected a number of victims, which they are all coming together and putting in the complaints, and things are cracking. We're just finding it. So we expect this to break through and then lead on to all fake warrants and fake court orders to follow, like the deck of cards. And we're expecting the Lord Chancellor to step in and offer PPI type redress, like what we've been campaigning for a long time. So going back to the breakthroughs we made so far. So we're talking Andrew Wilson, Wilson and Roe, Cerberus. Those names are all one nest of mafia money laundering companies. And they're not, they're listed as dormant. So everything they do is illegal. They can't be insured. So way back, I can't remember how long ago, we had one bailiff called Christopher Paul Fantes, struck off the register because of our action. And at the time, I don't know. Oh, he said, put the agenda in the chat. I'm not going to attempt that. If anybody else want to do it, fantastic. Copy and paste it, please. I would really appreciate it. So this bailiff, I can't remember who he's working for at the time, but that company is now trading as Cerberus. So literally, I think it counts as a successful strike against them. And if one bailiff was struck off, it opens the floodgates as far as I'm concerned. Then recently, we had, I'm talking in a matter of a couple of weeks, we had a case with Vanessa is on the thing here, tremendous lady, but we had her case after we put the complaint into Eric Anthony Roe, whose name is appearing on these notice of evictions. And we put the complaints into Manchester Magistrates where he's registered. And then a few days later, we checked it. He's not there. And I think he's the main guy there. He is a lawyer there that's running a lot of this scam at Wilson and Roe. So then we have another case with a lady called Julia Roberts. Now, you can't get a better name than that, can you? So we're talking a few weeks ago. She took her house back and all that, and the police didn't investigate the crime. They arrested her and prosecuted her, and she had the trial going on in Highbury Magistrate or Highbury Corner Magistrates Court. So we put in the complaint in central London where Ashley Naylor is registered, and we reference all the victims in that complaint and in Highbury Corner. And we also mentioned, funny enough, because this was based on a council tax from 2014 when the council chief was John Josser for Enfield Council, and he got 7 years jail for fraud. So we said we want John Josser to come and give statement on the oath that he filed a liability order claim. Next thing we know, they withdrew the prosecution. A massive, massive outcome. And we also had Central London corresponding with us about investigating Ashley Naylor. So we've had a couple more complaints gone in, and as soon as people complain and log that they've launched a complaint and request case management and stuff, their name goes on the list as one of the victims. So the list is getting bigger. So at the moment, we probably have, I don't know, probably 8 or 9 people, but these are verified people who have requested documents and they haven't complied. So it's building that pressure because it's showing it's not one case. So let me see, where are we now? So we have several videos on Scambuster. Sometimes they're hard to find, but we're going to make it easy. We're going to put them in a document somewhere where I have phoned up these bailiffs and offered them the money, and they can't produce the warrant. They can't even produce a warrant number, never mind the warrant. We put the EAC2 complaints in. We request to the head office. We done everything within the system, and they haven't supplied. So this counts as a scam. So now we had this lady, Vanessa. So we put documents in the same manner. And next thing we know, they wrote to Vanessa and said the case was discontinued. So something has clicked, you know. And then we had a lady, Mervily, and she was, this is not Wilson and Roe, but it's all connected to the same courts that we're dabbling in, Clerkenwell and Shoreditch. And then, sorry, I got interrupted by a comment, which is fine. Keep the comments coming. But yeah, so on Vanessa's case, no, Merville's case, they had a criminal conviction against her, and we did the same thing. We gave them a list of other victims in the same court, some of whom have died. Yeah? And after the conviction, they sent somebody from the court into the hospital where she is to get her to sign a disclaimer that she won't be getting cost, which is a blow to me because I've been working 3 years on the case, and I suspect I should be able to claim 120 grand in cost, to be honest. But they get her to sign a waiver, but they, after conviction, without an application, without an appeal, they made an order with a seal on it that the case is withdrawn. So we are hitting a sweet spot. Bang, 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 bang. All these cases are fake, and I think 10, 12 years of work and to be getting this level of what you could call success. It's just, I've never seen it. So I have to feel that we're turning a corner and the authorities cannot escape. Wilson and Roe has to be shut down. You have to see the other video where we gave details and showed the documents. They can't justify not doing something now. You know, they're operating under a company within a company, and this one is dormant. So that means, you know, it's serious. So we have a list of victims. I'm going to run through the names quickly because I think this is one of the most powerful aspects of what we're doing is the names, the people, the human beings, the children. But I won't read the children's names. But many of these children are involved. Paul Sordo, Corina Strachula, Julia Roberts, John Wools, Anthony Badaloo, that's me, yeah? Trevor Milam, Johnny Mitchell, Toby Lee, Gemma X, Alaya James Perry, Michael James Perry, Ian D'Souza, Felician Blenman Bogie, and many others. Yeah, I think Rika Patel, somewhere not on this list, but that list is going to grow. And with Felician Blenman Bogie.
I need to correct you there, mate. It's Tobe Hayden Lee. Name has to be correct.
Tobe Hayden Lee. Okay. Believe me, most people I have on my contact list with these matters, they have 2 or 3 names they want me to use at different times. So it's not easy. You can add mine. Who is this? I can't pronounce the name. Cangelosi. Add my name. So there we go. So before I add a name, I want this person to Rita Cagialosi. Okay, fantastic. We want you to write off to the court and put in the bailiff complaint and write to the court to request the case management. So we're going to give you documents. We're going to build up an online facility. Here we go. Hattie Greenwood mine. So it's just coming forward. And this is going to blow up, honestly. On Felician Blenman Bogie, the fraud squad determined it was a fraud. And not only that, we have some videos of her being hauled out of her house, like 2-hour videos, gruesome, by Wilson and Roe illegal bailiffs. And her case was featured on Can't Pay Will Take It Away. but they never mention Scambusters, and they never mention the fake writ. So those programs they lost all credibility, I'm afraid. I think Liz Watson, she has another name as well. I can't remember that. Liz Winton, I think she's calling herself now. She said Panorama is going to feature her case. I sent her a message. I said, I don't believe Panorama is going to talk about the illegal bailiff and the fake warrant. It's just not going to happen. We have many cases being featured on the mainstream TV, 6 o'clock news, 10 o'clock news. We're talking like Bob Jackson, Rika Patel. They have never, ever mentioned the fake writ, fake bailiff, fake warrant. This is something that only Scambuster is doing at the moment. Maybe other people are doing it in a softer way, but we're tackling it for 10 years head on, banging on that nail, and I think it's just going in now. So, yeah, so this is going to get crazy, and the government will be forced to do something. So we're nearly finished. We've got a couple of paragraphs to go. So what happens now, ultimately, I'll always challenge the paperwork. Okay, I would like to change the word paperwork to the warrant. Never ever valid. Paperwork they will give you by the wheelbarrow, right? So according to the law and case law and stuff, there is a case called AA versus the Lord Chancellor, which I'm writing on the back of. If we don't get a resolution, the Lord Chancellor bears vicarious liability. So that's now David Lammy. And he can be sued personally. And we're going to follow. If they don't do anything, we just take the next step. And we're not going to take people's cases and do nothing. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not pretending to be one, but I'm going to do what I'm doing. And who want to copy and do their own thing, you will see what we're doing, what documents, you put your words, you know, you follow the process. And we don't have infrastructure to manage a large scale of things. In the future, it might happen, I don't know. I've been doing this work free for over a decade now, maybe 15 years. Practically free. Some people have given me a bit of money. Some people want big money and run off. And I've funded it myself. My income was cut off in 2017. I haven't been paid a wage since 2017. My case is in the High Court. Everybody has confessed. All they have to do is make an order to say your appeal is upheld, and the bastards won't do it. So I've had to really struggle to, you know, fund what I'm doing, and I've spent probably in the millions, depends how you count it. And at the moment, we want to scale the operation. We want to build websites. We want to do things. So we're asking people to donate. Many times, the victims can't pay. So I've never put people under pressure to give me money. So we're asking people who are able to make a contribution, because we want it to be available for everybody. And we need you to sign the petition. Some people say petition is to beg, but the government think we are under their control anyway. So we just build the numbers up until we can build our own platform. And I think that will come. But use what we have for now, like we're using fiat money, until we can trade with silver and gold coins. We got to use fiat. So sign the petition, ScambusterTV. It's hard because they block it. You have to try 2 or 3 times. If Google Chrome blocks you, use another browser. It's not easy. But everyone heard it. The more they block it, the more value it has. Scarcity is value. So share it on any social media you're on, whether it's WhatsApp or anyone you're on. Just share the link and stuff like that. And so that's pretty much it. So what we're going to do, we're going to let people answer the question. Andy is going to be the moderator. And people have big stories and all that. We have to try and keep it short. We want to keep the video a bit short. But in future, we're going to have people to come one at a time, share their story, share documents, share video footage. And we're going to approach it like that. This is not a one-off. We're gonna keep going. So, Andy, over to you.
Okay, well, just first thing before, I mean, like you were saying about the process, the one main thing which was the request of the case management file, which
Right.
is it's a straightforward document to fill in and send off. They should reply within 72 hours. I mean, I know that Tobe, he's more than done this, and he can highlight a lot more on the fact of how they're completely locking him out of his case management file. They will not allow him to see it, regardless of whatever, even though the High Court writ order saying that he has perfect permission to go and see it, but they're still refusing to give it, not just to him, also the trust. But what I'm saying is, yeah, so the thing is, anybody who hasn't sent off for their case management file and their, these are one of the things that we can send in straight away. It's a straightforward download document. Just fill in your details and send it off. That's going to give us something to talk about within the next week, because only within 72 hours you're meant to get the notice. So we'll draft that up in a minute.
Well, how we're operating right now, we're operating, if you request the case management and they don't do it within 72 hours, forget it. We move it to the head of the Ministry of Justice immediately. And then we give him maybe 2 weeks or something. And then we go to the Lord Chancellor. And if anything, you prosecute the law, you take a claim on the Lord Chancellor. That's the pathway I'm giving. And right now, in addition to that, we're sorry.
May I just say, Wayne Layton was in court earlier on this week with an application specifically for the casement file. I
don't believe in all this application, because you're going back. It's in the same lines. Then they didn't give it to you.
The point I'm trying to make is that he went before a judge on an application to get an order to view the case file, to have the case file disclosed.
You don't need an order.
And the case.
Listen to what he said. Listen to what he said.
The case. I gave him a copy of my casement file. Right. So he could show the judge exactly what the document was that he wanted for his case. The judge was shocked when he saw it. The judge ruled against him, and Wayne Layton got the judge to actually admit, because he started to say his application was totally without merit. Wayne's completely corrected him, and now he's just dismissed the application, and he's even said the only reason why he's refused it is because it's his opinion, which obviously Wayne has just pressed right down on, and he said it's under CPR 5, I think he said it was, or whatever it is. So now obviously he's going back because the judge needs to, he's erred in law. And in fact,
Toby, my opinion on this, right? And this is my opinion. That's how I've run my show for 12 years. The judge has no jurisdiction on the case management.
Correct.
It's an administrative department.
I agree,
last time we're aware, a judge interfered in the case management was a guy called Judge Lee at the Nottinghamshire County Court. He was escorted off the premises by police. You can Google it, Judge Lee, L-E-Y. The judge has no jurisdiction, but if you give them jurisdiction, they have it. You understand? This is an administrative matter for the court manager only. And if he can't produce it or she can't produce it within the 72 hours, you take it to the head, the chief executive, who under Section 12 of the Fraud Act carries the can for everybody in the Ministry of Justice. And if he can't sort it out, you go after the Lord Chancellor. And if we get 1,000 people, which are, by the looks of this, that's going to happen in a month, to start doing it and publicizing it, they have to shut down Wilson and Roe, and they have to admit, when we release the documents on Sean Maguire's show to the public to request the case management, within under 2 weeks, the Home Secretary announced that they're destroying 4 million court records. They're not destroying no records. These records never existed in the first place.
Correct.
There's false cases. We're getting reply now from Bromley County Court that they no longer have the writ. So what? You had it sometime already? and you don't have a copy, and it's not logged in the case management, you're a liar.
Correct.
Yeah, simple. So we have to go administrative process. You cannot apply to the judge for an administrative matter. A lot of people are making this error.
I hope Wayne's listening to that. He might pick up on that.
Aye.
Like what
People
he said.
love the judge. People love and used to like to make up all the cases we had in the last month. I mean, September was a crazy month. So we got somebody out of prison on 10 years sentence without any application. We got these 3 discontinuances. We've never made an application for any of it.
Listen, I hear that, Anthony. I hear that. I was before Fordham J in King's Bench in relation to the writs back end of last year, challenging the authenticity and the authority of these documents. He dismissed the application which I put in, but he also put in his judgment order, because I mentioned about the county court, Medway County Court, refusing me access to go and view the physical case file. He put in his order that I'm entitled to go and view the case file. We've written to the court on numerous times to giving them countdown notices to make an appointment to go and view the case file. They're just completely ignoring it. There's an order which come from HHJ Brown, Catherine Brown, who's a designated circuit judge for Kent, or the South East, sorry, in fact, not Kent, South East, who put in a judgment order that I am not allowed to have a copy of the physical casement file, and I'm not allowed to view the physical file in court. And this come out from an order back, I think it's November 20.
This is the problem, Toby. If you volunteer and put your neck on the block, they will chop. You're giving jurisdiction, and he's making an order. He has no. He's made. Secondly, these are not orders.
I'm not giving any jurisdiction when I'm emailing the court manager asking for an appointment to go and view the case file.
You got yourself in front of a judge.
No, I didn't get. No, hold on. No, I think this was back in July last year.
Right.
I've been asking to view the physical case file for since its inception in 22, 23.
Right.
I've been emailing the court, and I didn't even. It's no application, no nothing. The judge off her own back on the court's own motion, including that into one of the other orders for one of the other applications or whatever it was for. I haven't got it to hand. But within that order, she stated that I wasn't allowed to have a copy of the casement file or to view the physical case file. So I'm given any jurisdiction. I'm asking the court to make an appointment to go and view it, and she's done it off her own back.
Okay. This is my take on it. Okay, I'm not God. I'm just telling you my take. Yeah. You make a request for the order, to see the file and get the case management. The rule says 72 hours. There is no discretion for anybody to deny or delay. Okay?
Yeah, I agree.
They refuse you. So you have to escalate. Don't play tennis back and forth and back and forth. You escalate. You go to the head of the Ministry of Justice and you say, hello, I've been refused this. My belief is it don't exist for various reasons. I have never been served with any proceedings issued by the court. That's the 12th most powerful word in English law. Yeah? You give him 14 days and you say, if you don't sort it out, yeah, I am suffering torture and human rights and whatever. If you don't sort it out, I'm going to take it to the Lord Chancellor. So in 3 steps, boom, boom, boom. Yeah? And that's it. And of course, the Lord Chancellor might piss you around as well. But if we get 1,000 people, same process, boom, 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 and publicize it, I think, we're going to have to. That's why I'm excited about this Wilson and Roe, because we have the added element that the company is not legally trading. As a matter of fact, we had a company called One Source Bailiff that we got shut down because we hammered them only 3 times and they shut down the whole company because they were set up in the offices of the council. Illegal bailiff set up in the office of the council. and actually Sillon, what's his name, Mark Sillon, he actually featured the video on his platform when you know I recorded the call to the bailiff. So we have proven the pathway. A judge cannot be involved where there was not a valid case issued by the court. They're making up the papers under the table. We've got, I think Nilu is on the chat. I was helping Nilu with a case, and we sent to Wilson Magistrate by recorded delivery, and we sent to the bailiff recorded delivery. And the person who signed for the court and signed for the bailiff company is the same signature. You understand? They make it, they just these, they don't have proof of claim. They can't file a valid claim. So that it's all under the table, but we're treating it as if it's authentic. And it's very hard when you're under trauma. You feel you have to do something and all the doors are closed. And Vanessa got a reply today from the court. They tell her to go to the Citizens Advice, a private company. You know, so this is what's going on. And we got to short circuit the whole thing.
Just to go back now, just looking back on exactly what we just talked about there with what Toby was saying there about the judge stepping in and saying you can't see the case file. She's acted ultra-virus automatically. The judge has got no say in it. That's the judiciary. And the judiciary
so you're right back to the court manager. Don't write to the judge. These judges are getting too much respect. They're not, you know, they're very good judges around the place, but a lot of them, unfortunately, are not acting, you know, ethically. But if you get anything like that from a judge, you go back to the court manager. Hello, I got this thing. It got the judge's name on it. Can you tell me what jurisdiction he has in this matter? Or has he committed an offense? Because on that order, you can take it to the Judicial Investigation Office and they will, I mean, we had one with Kelly Jeffries in the Exeter Crown Courts. The judge sent her a letter with his signature, proper signature. We sent it back, mail fraud, and put a complaint to the Judicial Conduct Office. And the next time, and we said it's an administrative matter and he's interfering and blah, blah, blah. The next time Kelly, I think Kelly might be on the Zoom here. The next time she went back to the court, the judge said to her, and she was up for a big conviction. The judge said to her, I cannot act on your case anymore unless you authorize me. Yeah. If you give me permission today, I will make an order to drop the case against you. And she said, fine, you can make an order to drop the case. I will give you my permission. And so they dropped the case there and then. And that's how it's supposed to be. So we've proven our system over and over and over, you know.
I think there's been enough people that's been subjected to the criminality and unlawful illegal evictions from Wilson Roe and Ashley Mark Naylor, and with all the evidence to actually bring an action against them. There's enough evidence.
Toby, I don't want to bring an action against nobody.
What's the point? What are you going to do then? Just allow them to carry on stealing houses?
Bring an action and file a claim, you become subject to the civil procedure rules and all that bullshit. Yeah, and the next thing you know, you get a dismissed without merit. You know, Vanessa.
So where's the remedy then?
Slow down, man. Slow down. We got Vanessa on here. Yeah, she got a notice of discontinuance. She came to me. She's distressed. She said, "I got an extended civil restraint order against me." Yeah, I said, fine. Because this civil restraint order, you can only get it if you start giving jurisdiction to these bent judges. where they don't have any jurisdiction in the first place. And within a week, you understand? We get this. So this is the problem. You have two channels in the justice, like your computer got the random access memory in different channels and lanes. So you got the administrative channel and you got the judicial. If there is not a valid and properly constituted claim, the judiciary has no jurisdiction. So they are fooling us with the judicial. I got a letter on my case. I got a letter from Enfield just the other day. Enfield County Court. And it's blah, blah, blah. It has 2 court stamps on. So I fired it back to the court. I returned it mail fraud, and I put a letter email to them, and I said, I received administrative correspondence with a court stamp, which is trying to give judicial authority to an administrative document to cover up illegal eviction and child abuse and all these things. I got a letter back from the court where, sorry, apology. Here is a letter without the court stamp. So they try to cross this line all the time because they cannot survive without it, and we mustn't know. That's the problem. We must not know. So once they can't prove they have a valid, authentic claim, we have to follow their process in numbers. Nothing's going to happen without numbers, because one by one, they just bury you. They don't care. We got people dying. You know, Sandra Joseph died. Sheena Williams died. God knows who else. Trevor Milliam had a heart attack. They're killing us. You understand? I've been starved of my wages for 27, must be 8 years now. Where is my money going? So these people, you know, so this is what it is. They don't have any jurisdiction where the claim has not been a properly constituted claim, be through the proper due process, and the fees paid. They can't pay a fee on a fake case, because when you pay the fee, it hooks it up to the case number and goes in the accounting system. If it's a false case, it's not in the official system, so you can't pay the fee. It's not about saving money. I spoke to a lady from a solicitor's office. I think they're dealing with the Princess Diana murder and all this. And I asked her, I said, what can you tell me? How do you guys get over the fee? Who pays the fee in your office? And the answer she gave me is shocking. She said, we don't file the claims. We have a filing officer.
And Anthony, I get the fee, but this is about Wilson Roe, Ashley Mark Naylor, unlawful illegal evictions from the property. So whether a fee's been paid, whether there's a case man, or what is completely immaterial to the action that's been taken, the direct damage that has happened to myself and multiple other people. How do you propose getting redress and remedy directly? Because that's the crux of it, isn't it? It doesn't matter about the claim, whether the claim number.
So what a lot of people say, how are we gonna get redress? We're gonna go and kiss a judge's ass, and he might give us an order, which is just not happening. Yeah.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just asking you the question, because where's.
All right. Well, I'll tell you in a nutshell, because I will repeat myself. First of all, we're pushing for Wilson and Roe to be shut down, based on the evidence we have. Yeah? Number one, if they get shut down, automatically, everybody who they have robbed has to be.
How do you propose on getting them shut down?
Well, that's what this is all part of the work. You understand? This is all part. We got cases in, we got things going, we got crime reports.
Writing them a letter or going to the police isn't going to do anything, is it? And if you're saying we can't go to the courts for the judges, so what is the avenue that you've got in mind, that you've got in your mind, of how to achieve shutting them down and getting redress?
I don't believe they need much to shut down, because they are there. The evidence is there. They are. Somebody said put a lien. I've never seen anybody put a lien and get anywhere. I know the lien can affect their insurance and it hurts them in some little ways, but we're dealing with the mafia here. But coming back to Toby's point, this company is not valid, right? So we don't have a big challenge to shut them down. So we have to do all the things we're doing now. We're putting in case. We see Eric Rowe has disappeared off the register 2 days before an eviction. That's result, Toby. You understand? It's not in a nice format with a sealed order and all that. But this is the way we're going to have to achieve. Because we can't get through the proper channel or to the official channel, because if the case was never valid in the first place and they play the game, they're not going to give you this order. I have about 4 cases in the court where I am due a mandatory order. And they're sitting there year in, year in, year out, and they won't give me the order. They can't do nothing else except give me the order. All they have to say is appeal approved. They won't do it. I have in the Chancery, I have in the High Court, I have in Barnet County Court, I have in Edmonton. They won't give you the order. So we're pushing. The company is already not fit to trade. So we're going to try to get them wiped off company's house. That's one. We got various police reports from victims live. We got Central London investigating. And now we have a ton of other victims coming forward. To be honest, I can't see them stopping this avalanche.
Right. So from what I'm getting, I understand what Tobe's asking here. Tobe's asking like how we're going to get the solution. So basically, from what I'm breaking it down and what Anthony's saying is, remember the PPE. This is what he's asking.
PPI. Yeah.
This is about the insurance they're trying to claim. So once we highlight with what we're doing, like he says, they shouldn't even be running. So that they've got a forced position they've got to shut them down anyway. The fact that they're allowing them to carry on is a disgrace to the whole goddamn lot. That it's embarrassing. It's an embarrassment, and we want to highlight that embarrassment to make them so embarrassed that they've got to do it. So that's them shut down. Once they get shut down, then that acknowledges the facts of the wrongs that they've done to all the people. And this is then when it rolls on to the next stage to get in the PPI, which is the payout. So that's basically what Anthony was trying to say. So I think I tried to cover that nice. Just one thing, Christine, you wanted to say something.
Yeah. So I have some systems I'd really like to share with you guys. You guys have heard of Starlink, and so I have Starlink, the mini, and I have a mini printer, and I'm noticing that a lot of people don't have, they can't afford phones, they can't afford laptops, they can't afford a car to access, to print something, to file it, to mail it. And so I can print stuff, and we can help to print things. And I have a software stack that's merged with AI and my recipes. So I create all kinds of, in any kind of legal document you can imagine. And that's what people are struggling with. And so I kind of want to show you, because I'm doing these Airbnbs. There's an advocate meeting me in one of the states where I have an Airbnb. And so we're trying some, because like Airbnbs are kind of decentralized and you can kind of move around. And I believe that you can actually meet like a large group of people as long as you're not habitating, right? Or like you're not a tenant. So I think if you're meeting for official business, like human trafficking and getting documents together, you could stay 27 days straight to do that. So I'm working to build some bunk beds and like move in 20 to 30 people into a house to be able to mobile print. And I kind of want to show you what I'm doing, because I feel that this is what everybody needs to be, like reusable, scalable, modular systems. So right here, this is a battery that lasts me 30 days. And This is a bed that is actually pretty comfortable. Lots of space and storage up there. That's good.
Can you've muted yourself, Christine. I think this is a bit. I mean, can you come to the point of what it looks like?
Can you hear me right now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay. So I wanted to show you like what it looks like here. I'm gonna have to get out of here because I can't see you guys. Can you see me?
I can't. You've dropped out now.
But it sounds like that's a conversation for another time.
Yeah, it's a conversation for another time. Yeah.
Another time you give us the full spiel, Christine, on the whole thing. It sounds very interesting. It might be we just want to focus on this, and we don't want the video to be too long. But I think, Andy, we can just have somebody else say something, and then we wind it up, because I think we've covered the mission for today.
I think the main point here is to get people on, is to get them to focus on exactly what it is. What's your plan of attack, and what's your end result of exactly what it is.
Can I explain something?
Yeah.
We're activists, right? We're not looking, and I don't believe we're going to get a nice thing. You go and make an application to a judge, and he gives you an order with a wax on it, and it's not going to happen. That's not. It's not. We have to work like activists, and there is no clear black. First, we take down the Wilson and Roe, but look at the numbers we have today. We haven't promoted or nothing, and then if that company goes, automatically the victims have to be compensated. Then the scandal comes out. They were illegal. All their warrants and writs were illegal. This is the next post office scandal. We got to do something. The victims get compensated. Then we bring in all the other cases that Scambuster has been working on 12 years. Here is another ton more on the deck of cards. We start getting compensation companies. We start getting blah, 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 blah. That time I will retire and go somewhere quiet. So we can entertain one more question from somebody, Andy, and then we wind it up. I'm always trying to...
Sorry, I got cut off. Could I share like one last thing?
Yeah, sure.
Solutions. So we all know that the bar is a monopoly. It's a guild. They're indoctrinated to gatekeep. They silo people. So in the US, they silo everyone into the state so that we can't speak with a unified language and voice to attack the root of the problem rather than the symptoms of the cancer. So we have to identify the bottlenecks and make it seamless, like a manufacturing process for truth. Truth is a public utility. So everything that you're saying, if you guys just had seamless documents so that everyone was on the same page with what the truth is. If we were, we became our own, you guys have spoken about being our own courts, our own witnesses, all of that. So we can do that. And so one of the things is a timestamp. When you're talking about there was no case to begin with. So he who makes the claim carries the burden. They never have a timestamp. They aren't able. So in engineering, to prove a timestamp, there's this thing called hash.
Christine,
they're not doing those things.
They have a computer in the court system that logs everything. And the minute they can't show it to you, they're lost. You had your case, you had lawyers, everything. When I got involved a little bit, we just asked for the warrant and we asked for this and that. I think we got one time within the same day, they replied and said they haven't got anything.
What I mean is later on, how they wash it away, how they cover it up.
That's fine, and that's what we're doing now. We're bringing up pressure, and I believe you have the brain and the capacity to automate certain things, but we're going to have to talk about it another day. We can't do it now today.
Well, it's really important to see these things so that you can cultivate it.
We can't do it today. We don't have this. It's not the issue for today. We will do a full thing with you and a proper video. And maybe you can help us to automate something. I want to automate.
Yeah. And the big picture, what you guys, how do you bring everybody together? How do you know?
We won't bring everybody together. We're doing what we're doing, and we're making a simple process that we're doing. And who wants to copy it, and come.
You're not bringing it. So
I'm not doing no group bullshit. It doesn't work. It does not for me. It doesn't work. It's never worked. It doesn't work.
How would you know? How do you know? who's telling the truth and who's not? How do you verify
There's no
that?
truth. I only work on documents. I don't need nothing more. I know truth. When you were here, yeah, we asked them for the warrant. Did they produce? Could they produce? Tell me.
Right. So how does everyone in the world get on the same page that, like, when we're requesting?
I'm doing what I'm doing. You see the results we're getting is off the scale, right?
Christine,
The method we're doing is,
they ask the question. They send the email. They ask the question. You get the truth. Is there or is there not? Will you give it me? Will you not? If you can't give me, they can't give you what you haven't got, can they? So that's the simple of it is how do we know? And it's everyone for themselves. We're a group of individuals, not an individual group. And that is the difference. That's what we're trying to say. We're not here as a group. Yeah, we're individual people standing up for themselves, yeah, asking the questions, and we're just here saying these are the questions that, you know, if you ask these questions, you're going to find out whether they have anything or not, whether it's real or not.
My concern is that that's like one of their major tactics is that when everybody stands separately, we're not as powerful.
No. We're standing like it's like the internet. It's like Bitcoin. Everybody is all over the planet.
Yeah, Bitcoin,
but
decentralized.
They're together on the blockchain.
Yeah, so I'm talking about decentralized. Yeah, so
we're decentralized, but who want to help themselves and stuff? Who want to come forward? Who want to do things? It's every man's free world. But we're offering for the last 12 years some kind of curated process that people can make their, you know, we had a letter from Northampton. Yeah. I have to make a video on this.
Yeah. So that's what I'm talking about.
Let me explain this.
Together, decentralized. Exactly what you're saying. But so
let me explain this quickly. We had a letter, an email from Northampton County Court, because we released a document for people to, that must be about 4 or 5 years ago, for people to use to get their case file and stuff. And they said to this person, we are inundated with requests for court file. We do not have these. Please contact the traffic enforcement. Please do not visit here. We're getting people turning up and visiting and writing, and we're inundated. And it's a very simple request. Hello, I want the computer record and I want to come in and look at my case file, please. That's all, Christine.
Simple.
And so is everyone able to click a button and do the same thing? Because that would be
we haven't automated it. It's online somewhere and you click a button and download it. We haven't got automation, but we can't discuss that here, Christine. We can't go into that depth now. If you want, we talk another time, and you can even build something for Scambuster if you want. But
we're talking about solutions, right? Are we looking for solutions? Because those are the problems.
That is not, I don't want to get into a sideshow now with a different discussion. Yeah? Please.
Just understand what it is. There's a document you can download and you can put your details on it and send it. That's it.
We did it for you, Christine. When you were in the UK, we did it for you. When we got the answer, they don't have no warrant. They don't have no case. It's just we didn't follow that process through.
So it's a Kafka-esque system. So if everyone
not Kafka,
to push the button and do it, people are getting lost in
the Kafkas will never ask. Kafkas will never ask if there's a valid claim. They won't do it.
That's the problem. Like, if you can't empower people to have their own voice, it's a failed system. It's an engineered system that failed.
I'm going to ask you, please. This is not the forum for that discussion. It's a sidetrack. It's very valid.
It's a solution, and you're not talking about real solutions. You're talking about ego.
Well, you can have an argument if you want, but we have to move on. Yeah, please.
Oh, bless Christine. Hey?
I'm going to marry that girl one day, you know.
Yes. Anyway, so meanwhile, back at the ranch, I mean, she's very technical, and what she's trying to say means everything to her, but I mean, it's above my head and it's above everybody else.
It makes a lot of sense if you put something online that you can automate. But it's not the place to discuss it. You understand? We would love to do that.
Yeah. Anyway, okay then.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch.
Does anybody else want to jump on and then we finish on a happy note? Anybody have a good story where the police arrested an illegal bailiff or something like that?
We've got a good story cooking up.
If you can hear me, it's Dwight here.
Dwight,
am I on?
Can I introduce myself?
Okay.
My name is Hema. Basically, I've been victim of serious crime. whereby the police hid all my evidence and then went around all the institution trying to frame me. And the perpetrator got me into remortgaging my home, and he stole all my money, fabricated fake document, forged my signature and everything, whereby all the institution, including the bank, are protecting him and victimizing me. So the bank now is threatening to repossess my house, whereby I've got mortgage insurance protection and all kind of insurance, and yet they hid all my evidence and trying to victimize me. And the financial ombudsman is corrupt, the police is corrupt, all the institutions are systemically corrupt, and the police have even created fake criminal record, fake mental health report, and all kind of fake document. So I'm dealing with multi-agency corruption and serious fraud here.
And who have you got helping you?
Nobody.
And how long has it been going on?
I am a lone vulnerable person, and I don't have anyone to support me and help me. My mother passed away recently, and I've been practically trying to get help. But the main problem is all the institutions are systemically racist and corrupt, and they're all working covertly with the police to frame me because they had a racist political agenda. So this is my problem, because
okay, can I interrupt you a little? Can I interrupt you a little bit because we've got time pressure, yeah?
Yes, sure.
First of all, the racism part of it, I'm not sure, because they're doing it to white people, Irish, black, Jews, everybody, they're doing it. The same tricks to everyone. So it could be racist, could be, I don't know.
No, but I've suffered this since the time I was a young girl. I was sexually assaulted, sorry to use this language, but since then, the police have repeatedly targeted me when I'm the victim. They would expose me to risk, and then trying to exploit the perpetrator.
So what we work on, is it Dwight to know or something? We work on documents, because the stories and arguments and paper, it just doesn't end. So we work on documents. I've
got documents. I've got evidence.
No. Hear me out. Have anybody taken you to court yet?
No, not yet.
Okay. So with the ombudsman, all you need to ask the ombudsman is that you want a copy of the contract signed by the parties regarding the mortgage. You have that document. You get me?
Yes, sure.
So you just stick to that one item, keep it simple. Everything they tell you, you come back with the same thing. So you're going to find a basis where you can't possibly lose. Yeah?
Okay. Yeah.
And you keep on that point. It's like a focal point. When you put the glass thing in the sun and it burns the paper because it focuses the beams. Yeah?
Yeah, sure.
That's how you have to be. If you have a lot of papers, you won't get anywhere. You need to have one item that is critical, like a contract signed by the parties. You tell the ombudsman, unless you get me this, you're not acting as an ombudsman. You're acting as assisting a fraud. This
is what I wrote in the letter. I've responded to them. I said, you're assisting in commissioning.
Yeah, but before you do that, there is a way to write. You write in a way like a scorpion with a sting in the tail. You say, hello, Mr. Ombudsman, I'm so happy you're assisting me. Yeah, so you be polite.
Okay.
Please provide me a copy of the contract signed by the parties.
Yeah, sure.
If you do not supply this within 7 days, it will be taken as confirmation that this document doesn't exist. You're fully aware of it, and you're assisting in a fraud. And I'm going to sue you personally, Mrs. Ombudsman. Always write to the head of the thing. Look on the internet and find their name and email. Don't write to these little people. Some of these names, the people don't even exist. They're just scamming us. And you are, so that's all you have to do. You find the one thing. So can we cut it off here, Andy?
Yeah. Okay. I don't want Dwight wanted to say something before you go.
Okay.
Do you want to just say something before you go, Dwight? Because you did come on there to say something.
Yeah, sorry, I've been posting in the side chat, so hopefully you'll pick up on that, although my typing's
it's all there, yeah.
Action for people when they know people are coming before the time is to make sure you've got rapid response to come to the door, because everyone, if it's their first time, are very stressed. It's very important to keep the occasion I think, as Vanessa did, keep it under control and calm. And then if you're not sure, because if the bailiffs are there, you need to call the police. But when you call the police, they can be acting on behalf of the bailiffs unless you know how to ensure that they act under your behalf and work for for a breach of the peace, because it's a civil matter. Then you've got a chance. But in the meanwhile, they will always defer to acting on. If you don't do that, it's the simplest. It sounds simple, but 9 times out of 10, people aren't insistent on getting a look at their warrants. And obviously, you need a picture of their warrants, and then need to know which police station they come from. It's a disciplinary offence for them not to show their warrant card. So you've got them on the thing. If they don't show their warrant card, then you say, well, you might as well go away, and then you need to call the police again to get another lot to come that will show their warrant. So, but it must be calm and collected. And another thing is you need I know people know to record things, but it's important that you get your friends there. So there are organisations that are rapid response just for exactly these things that are happening at the moment. And then that's good. So that was my only little bit of advice from hearing what's going on. So a bit of a method.
Can I just...
Yeah, sorry, I'll keep quiet. Sorry, thank you.
No. I'll just add to something what you're saying. It's fantastic. Response are crazy good. And there's another one. What are they called? What's the other one? Is it Response
There's peace officers, and there's quite a few.
There's another one. But they're fantastic. They're on social media. But that's at the doorstep. Before the doorstep, long before the doorstep, we're going to give people documents and stuff to verify the claim at the court, to verify the warrant, to verify everything, to file a crime report, just to make it stronger. Because before they come, they say they have a warrant. When did you make the application for the warrant? And the warrant comes on the back of a possession order. When did you make the application for the possession order? Where is the computer record for the possession? So you got to do work up front. So
I agree. It's called getting your bundle together. And then you have to remember.
We don't need a bundle. They need a bundle. Yeah, they made an application. So what it is?
Both in a way, but if you're going to show your evidence, once again,
they're not interested in it. But the police are the part of it. It's the police taking the property, not the bailiff. I will tell you that. Yeah, you will get a reprieve once or twice. The reason they
take it, I've got to tell you, because we've been on the front line many occasions, is people forget the basics. And this is the trouble. You jump into point 3. If it is a 1, 2, 3, if you haven't done 1, you're standing on quicksand. So if you haven't got the warrant,
you do your best you can do it. But there's a couple of things I would like to throw in. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and they were meant as polite comments, not anything else. So I'm just trying to help.
No, I appreciate you. You're making some fantastic points. But the thing is, right, when the police comes, when you're being evicted, you're under trauma. And they know it, yeah? So you can't expect to act like a regular how you would act. So this is the problem. And police are doing... So you have to do as much upfront. We're going to share some simple documents, very simple. One to check the claim, one to check the warrant, one to file a crime report, and then those strengthen you, because you ask for this stuff and they don't do within 72 hours. You take it to the head of the Ministry of Justice. Simple. And, the more you build that and we get the numbers, we're going to build something. We're on Facebook at the moment. I haven't been on Facebook since March. Andy's been doing the rounds on Facebook, but I'm going to come back on there. But we're going to build something on a platform called Ghost. It's very similar to Substack, and we're going to try and get people there. It's a bit more open source and all these like Freeman type philosophy. So that's where we're going to build. But we have a lot of other things. We have the petition, we have Facebook, we have, that's the main things, to be honest. We have a local WhatsApp group for mainly local people in London, but there's some other people there. So we're just going to build up generally on this momentum. We are going to get Andrew Wilson freaking shut down, and the deck of cards we have to trigger it from there, PPI style. You shouldn't have to fight in court against one of these corrupt judges. And hopefully we can move on to Society 2.0.
Absolutely.
Shall we call it a day, Andy? And thanks everybody for coming on at short notice. Amazing, and we're just going to get better and better. Sunday we'll meet again, but in the meantime, we're going to release some documents and things for people to start filing their bailiff complaint, get on board, make their name qualify, and then we're using the names in batches. It's a new tactic, and we're seeing the results.
Yeah.
Just before later today, somebody else shout something. Was that something important? Just want to say something?
I'm going to
Is
put
that me? Sorry. I've got Samson and actually Nicola as well. So how do you deal with first eviction attempt was easy to pull off, but when you come back, no note of evictions, months later, refuse to show any documents until after they've smashed your windows and evicted you. You can't dispute that then. I did have a couple of people here, but they were just, you've seen it on the Bannerman video. They smashed my windows and threw me out. I've recaptured the property and I'm still living here, but they've sold it to me in it.
Beautiful.
Right.
But the thing is, while you're there, you got to keep the fight going. Don't wait for them to come at you. You go at them. You understand? And all we're saying is, you're going to contact the court. I was evicted. I want a copy of the warrant that was executed. Simple. Do you understand me?
I've actually got the N49 with the judge's signature that has never, ever been confirmed.
N49 is not a court document. It's on Westlaw. You can go and download it your damn self. And it has a code stamp built in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the N325,
so you take,
isn't it?
Wait. You take the N49 now. You go to the head of the Ministry of Justice and say, I want some remedy for this. Otherwise, I'm going to sue the Lord Chancellor. That's your next move.
Okay. Well,
simple.
I've got a new owner now. Title's been changed, all in wrong names, and they've done what they wanted. And I'm sat here now waiting for the next.
No, don't wait. You be proactive. Go to the head. Watch the video. I don't want to repeat. Yeah, that's what you got to do. And if we get enough people doing it, it's over.
But can the mortgage companies sell the house for you in it?
Listen, you feel your house has been sold. You write to the head of the land registry and say, hello, can you tell me how my house was, I didn't sign any papers. Can you tell me how my title was transferred, please? Or fix it.
They created a power of attorney.
Forget them. I don't care. Give me a copy of the standalone. I can't go into details now because we're trying to wrap up, but you give me a copy of the standalone power of attorney or admit you have done something fraudulent. Yeah?
Well, I changed my name and they were told not to use the title deeds until the name had been corrected.
All that is get you nowhere. You got to ask them for something. Don't do something to please them.
I've got the TR2s, I've got the power of attorney, I've got everything. And they've just done it all without my
consent. To the head of the land registry. My property was transferred. I have a fake N49 here, which came off the internet. It's not a court document. It's not on the list of court. And I want to know what is your fraud department going to do about it?
Nothing. They've ignored all of it. They've turned
You send it by registered post to the chief. He resigned, I think, last week. George Hayes. You find a new one and go straight for the jugular. Don't mess around.
No.
There's a web the time.
But get nowhere with it. They just ignore it.
Yeah, well,
no, they're not ignoring it. They didn't reply to you. Doesn't mean they're ignoring it.
Simon Hayes has blocked my email address.
Fine, you find a new guy now. He's gone. He's gone with his loot.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You find a new guy. So I got an N49 here. It's not a court document. You got to go to the police chief. You got to do a crime report online and
didn't want to know.
Notice to agents, notice.
No, you have to go in a different way. But listen, we can't go the full thing now. But you have to do the maximum you can. But don't piss around and play tennis. You got to go and go and go. And eventually you go to the Lord Chancellor and say, all these people, Chief Constable, Land Registrar, Court Manager, all pissing me around and giving me illegal eviction. I'm going to sue you unless you sort it out. That's the pathway we are proposing.
Yeah.
Yeah?
But they used High Court bailiffs under a counter
There
court
is
warrant.
no High Court bailiff. Trust me, it's all a lie.
Just as a closing point here, yeah. One thing is right, yeah. We should not. It's wrong. Anybody who calls these people bailiffs, you're condoning, you're condemning yourself. Why would you call somebody who's not a bailiff? Make them prove. They're the ones that are making the claim. He who makes the claim carries the burden of proof. Where's the evidence? And if the police are coming there, don't tell them that there's bailiffs at my door, because there isn't bailiffs at your door. Yeah, so I mean that's the first thing is they've got to prove that they're a bailiff, and we can that's what we're trying to say here. We can prove that Wilson and Roe aren't, because they aren't even trading. So they're not High Court. They're criminals. Let's call them what they are. They're criminals, not bailiffs.
Well, these were court bailiffs. It was.
They're not court bailiffs. I'll give you £1,000. You prove to me they're court bailiffs.
Counter court warrant bailiffs.
Okay.
These are private
Listen,
bailiffs.
we have to talk another time in more detail. We can't go into this now because.
Court bailiffs. Anyway, yeah, go on, because we're going in circles
Well,
here.
listen, you've done well. You've done well. You took your property back and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, God bless you.
We can talk another time of this Zoom, right?
Yeah.
Andy, you want to wrap it up, please? Sorry.
God bless you.
Bye.
Thank you very much, and bravo, by the way, bravo for everybody that's been back and taken back what theirs is theirs and was right for theirs, always was. These criminals, and we must stop them. And by the shite on this, cockroaches hate it, and we can certainly like to shine some light on these cockroaches, because we don't want them around anymore. So God bless you all. Till next time, take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
God bless.
Bye. Bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you. And thank you everybody for watching.
Sunday, 12 o'clock.